Celebrating Champions. The Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services 34th Annual Hall of Fame Awards and 33rd Annual Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards, sponsored by the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services and the Brighter Tomorrow Foundation.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Pamela Combs, the Superintendent of the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services. I am so excited to welcome you to our 2022 Developmental Disabilities Hall of Fame induction ceremony and our Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards program, where we celebrate the champions in our community. Our board's mission is to empower people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to live productive and rewarding lives based on their goals and choices. And our staff work hard collaborating each and every day with businesses and organizations in the community to make this happen. I'm proud to share with you the stories of people with developmental disabilities who are contributing to our community through their talents in advocacy, art, athletics, community service, employment, and through their personal accomplishments. I'm equally honored to recognize those citizens who provide dedicated service, helping us to achieve our mission. These individuals are changing Montgomery County and the Dayton area for the better. And you can be part of this movement by sharing their stories with others and by advocating for inclusion for all. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy as we celebrate the champions in our community.
Hello, I'm Madeline Isley, President of the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services. I am one of 7 members of the board, appointed by either the County Commission or the Probate Court. Many of us also have family members who are served by this agency. It is our responsibility to work with the Superintendent, Dr. Combs, to ensure that public funds are used most efficiently and effectively in providing programs and services in support of people with developmental disabilities and their families in Montgomery County. It is the vision of this board to create a community where people with developmental disabilities are valued and included, one where they can live their lives without barriers and thrive. In this broadcast, you'll hear stories of people with developmental disabilities who are champions, as well as those who champion people with disabilities, whether they be businesses, community groups, educators, parents, or people who serve them. We hope they will inspire you and remind you of the ways we can all contribute to make our community better.
Hello, I'm Greg Darling, the Executive Director of the Disability Foundation and the manager of the Brighter Tomorrow Foundation. In 1990, the Brighter Tomorrow Foundation was formed as a concept of the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services to benefit people with disabilities in Montgomery County through the distribution of grants to area nonprofit organizations. This event is a wonderful history of recognizing people with disabilities in our community, as well as people who serve them, and we are proud to say we have given more than $1 million back to the community through these grants. We are equally proud to be a sponsor of this wonderful event. We want to congratulate the award winners, those people being inducted to the Hall of Fame, as well as those receiving Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. Your contributions to our community are greatly appreciated. We hope to see you next year when we celebrate another group of award winners.
We began the Developmental Disabilities Hall of Fame as a way of recognizing and honoring people with developmental disabilities for who they were as citizens. And it was so empowering for all of us that a few years after the Hall of Fame, and we saw the heroes that emerged from the Hall of Fame, we started looking at the people that were there beside them and behind them. And so we developed the Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. There was a wonderful little girl named Erin Ritchey, and she was on the cusp of going to a public school when her life was tragically lost. And we thought no better way to recognize the people, the mothers and the fathers and the advocates and the professionals, than to take all of the donations that had come in her honor and establish the Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. Every year the excitement grows for the new person that's coming in. It's that same feeling of becoming something that you always knew you were, but now people recognize it. And just try to stop them now. It's been unleashed, this power to speak and to have a voice and to know who you are and to know that I'm as valued and as respected and needed and important as anybody else.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Rice, President of the Montgomery County Commission. I'm here with my fellow commissioners Judy Dodge and Debbie Lieberman to congratulate the recipients of the 2022 DD Hall of Fame and Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. These awards are a true celebration of community, recognizing the excellence and contributions of all our citizens, from people with developmental disabilities to those of employers and educators, parents and advocates, providers and staff. And it's programs like these that promote inclusion and make us stronger. Thank you to the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities for hosting this very special event, and to all of the nominees and winners for their contributions to improving our community.
You are all champions in our book.
Well, hello and welcome to the 34th Annual Developmental Disabilities Hall of Fame and the 33rd anniversary of the Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. I'm Nancy Wilson from K99.1 FM. This is my 6th year serving as the MC for this amazing event, and I'm happy to join you as we celebrate some of our community's champions. The Developmental Disabilities Hall of Fame is where we pay tribute to people who have made exceptional, sustained contributions to advocacy, the arts, athletics, community service, employment, or who have, through sustained personal accomplishments, shown a light that is so bright that they show others how to dream bigger, work harder, and achieve more. These folks' contributions and achievements are deserving of recognition, and we want to celebrate them with you. So let's get down to business. We have 6 exceptional individuals to recognize, and what better way to honor them than by inducting them into the Montgomery County Developmental Disabilities Hall of Fame. This year's Hall of Fame Advocacy Award goes to Jermaine Martin Dokes. Jermaine, who is 44, is a longtime self-advocate, and her story is one of grit, determination, and spirit. As a person with cerebral palsy, she was raised by a mother who never let her see limits.
My mother never said to me, "You're disabled." I was never told, "Oh, you can't do that." I was told the opposite.
Jermaine's mother taught her that if you want something, you should find a way to do it and never give up.
You may tell us no, but your no means to me, just not today. It doesn't mean not ever. It's our favorite motto. Find a way when there is no way.
Unfortunately, Jermaine said her school system and some of her teachers underestimated her abilities. Their failure to grasp a key diversity issue, that a person with a disability could also exhibit a higher level of intelligence, dogged her throughout school.
The problem with me is I can't be put in a box. I'm an oval, I'm not square, I'm not circle.
But her determination and can-do attitude helped her set goals and pursue her dreams.
My advocacy is doing, when I find something that I want to do, I do it. I try to find people to help me. And if it means like going against the grain, I do that.
She earned a degree in political science from Wright State University with minors in mathematics and German, and co-founded and served as co-president of Wright State's Disabled Student Union, where she lobbied on behalf of students with disabilities and honed her advocacy skills. One of her biggest challenges post-college was overcoming an inappropriate placement in a nursing home. 4 years later, with help from a friend, she applied for a Board of DD waiver that allowed her to move to a home in the community.
Jermaine is relentless about achieving her goals because she wants to be a productive member of society. She wants others to know that there's more to life than just sitting at home.
Jermaine currently serves on the board of Not Dead Yet, which is an organization that advocates against assisted suicide for persons living with disabilities.
They get, essentially, it's okay to commit suicide. And we don't agree with that. We say, you should give people services. They won't need the assisted suicide.
Thank you, Jermaine, for fighting the good fight and for helping yourself and others with disabilities achieve equity. Now it's time to celebrate another champion, our 2022 Arts Award recipient, Carlton Kennedy. Carlton is a multimedia artist who enjoys expressing himself through paint, sculpture, and even large-scale works. He's been part of the local Spire Arts program for people with developmental disabilities since 2001, contributing to a wide variety of projects.
Carlton is one of my thriving artists. He's always coming up with new ideas. He is really open-minded. He goes bigger and bigger every time. He has themes.
Yeah, I join art because it's fun to do. Like, I can put my mind to art. Art is good to express yourself, how you feel, so other people can inspire to get artists too.
Last year, Carlton was one of 5 artists honored with an Erin Ritchey Achievement Award for his contributions to the mural projects at the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities Northview Center. These projects offered artists with developmental disabilities the opportunity to showcase and expand their talents, collaborate with local artists, and promote community and inclusion. During this project, Carlton worked on his own and in collaboration with other artists to design and create giant wall-sized murals that would give the blank walls in the Northview entry color and life.
I always want to learn more new stuff, putting art together on a mural. It's good to work with other people too. Downtown have some buildings they need to paint. I wouldn't mind doing that. I also paint monster trucks and stuff. I went to a monster truck show. I seen the vision, and then I was like, I'm gonna try to put that on there too. It's nice to have your art out there.
His monster truck mural is one of the first things visitors see when they arrive at Northview and draws them in with its detail, vibrancy, and energy. He also contributed to an even larger piece, a piece of street art with the theme community, with the mural team and members of the public. This desire to challenge himself has led him to step outside his comfort zone and take on unique projects, including creating and submitting 2 pieces for Beyond Vision Art, a groundbreaking tactile art showcase designed to make art accessible to people with vision loss or blindness.
It was a big step out of everyone's comfort zone to really kind of apply themselves in other tactile art mediums. But he, as a sculptor and kind of a creator, really thrived doing that. He's really excited and thriving as an artist, making his portfolio. He wants to start selling, and so completing his pieces are his big goals, and I think that's amazing.
Congratulations, Carlton, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. The next champion to receive recognition is our 2022 Hall of Fame Athletics Award winner, Kevin Davis. This summer, Kevin achieved a long-standing goal to compete in the Special Olympics USA Games in bowling. He and his family traveled to the competition in Orlando, Florida, where he competed in front of ESPN. But his dreams didn't end there. Representing the state of Ohio, Kevin won a silver medal in the individual competition, a bronze in the pairs competition, and rounded off the games with a gold in the teams competition.
It feels like a huge achievement and honor to be able to compete for Team Ohio. It was a lot more difficult than I anticipated, but I'm proud of myself for being able to compete in that level. And the teammates that are on my Team Ohio were awesome. We were all getting along together, and the coaches were very, very cool. We were pretty much helping each other work on our games and giving advice on what we may need to do differently. And that's not only working on my skills. I think it's all about maybe determination, because I find that determination is key to success. And this is a great outlet for me to be able to socialize with other people and make friendships out of it.
Kevin's story is one of perseverance. He began bowling when he was young, participating in youth leagues and Special Olympics, and started taking it seriously once he reached middle school, competing in regional and state contests. During his freshman and sophomore years of high school, Kevin tried out for his school bowling team, but didn't make it. He didn't let that discourage him though, and continued to practice and hone his skills and learn more advanced techniques through league play. When he tried out for the team his junior year, he made it and went on to compete for Centerville High School in both his junior and senior years. After graduating from high school, he went on to Sinclair Community College, where he earned an associate degree in business management. He's now enrolled at Wright State University, where he's pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Communication.
He definitely strives to be better all the time. He wants to better himself. He wants to be included in things. So, with him wanting to bowl, it carries on in other things too. Like he wanted to go to college, so now he's in college. He wanted to live on his own, so now he lives on his own. I mean, he's got that perseverance. It's just amazing.
I would encourage people to join Special Olympics, no matter if it's bowling, like I am, track and field, baseball, soccer. If you have that desire and ability to go for it, then I would say go on and do it. If not, try and find something that your heart is telling you what it wants. I've learned a whole lot about myself. Knowing what my limitations and knowing what my bowling skills are capable of, it really helps me grow as an individual.
Kevin's example of perseverance and can-do spirit can inspire people to set big goals and achieve them. Congratulations, Kevin, on your athletic successes and your induction into the Hall of Fame. Our 2022 DD Hall of Fame Community Service Champion is Daniel Canty. Daniel was nominated by his Service and Support Administrator, Mary Perryman, for his volunteerism, specifically his work in the guitar lab at Sinclair Community College over the last 4 years. Daniel's volunteer journey with the guitar lab began in September of 2018 as part of a program with Echoing You. Once he graduated and moved to capabilities, they converted his volunteer position from a provider experience to a community volunteer position.
When Daniel came into our family 4 years ago, he brightens the shop every time he comes in. He's energetic, he's very good work ethic. He is always eager to do something and do something new. He brings a lot to our lab.
Daniel's primary responsibilities at the lab include putting together guitar kits that are sent to schools, universities, churches, veterans organizations, and nonprofits. He gathers and bags parts, drill bits, and drill blocks, performs inventories, and helps prepare orders for shipment. He also keeps the lab tidy. But Daniel's volunteerism doesn't end with Sinclair. He has an impressive volunteer resume.
Daniel has also been a volunteer in the community outside of any of his programming that he's done. He's worked with the Red Cross. He's also worked with Stillwater Church. He socialized cats at the Humane Society. He continues to be a Boy Scout. He earned the Eagle Scout, which is absolutely awesome. And he continues to work kind of as a mentor for younger Boy Scouts. He's there for it.
Really feel that I can make a difference in people's lives, make their job a little bit easier, help someone else accomplish what they need to get done. So rewarding. Think about that. I see people smile, and that makes me happy.
I think people with disabilities make great volunteers. It's been a joy since he joined our team.
Daniel's service to others makes him the perfect recipient of the 2022 DD Hall of Fame Community Service Award. Congratulations, Daniel, and thank you for being a champion for the community. Our DD Hall of Fame Employment Champion Award goes to Lawrence Patterson. Lawrence has worked in the nutrition department at Centerville Health and Rehab since March of 2019, providing assistance with food prep, delivering food to residents, washing dishes, and other tasks. His nominator and service and support administrator, Mike Heitkamp, says in early 2020, Lawrence made the decision to work through the pandemic because he wanted to make sure the people at Centerville Health and Rehab were taken care of.
Well, I had a grandfather who lived in Bethany, and he was very old. I grew up with elders, and they encouraged me to go on and do things. Be myself, be an artist, and assist the elderly. Just being there for the residents because my grandparents were there for me. I know my grandparents would be proud of me.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Lawrence is he's the most polite person that I've ever met. He causes everyone around him to be a better person.
By choosing to work through COVID, Lawrence put himself and his own health at risk. Yet instead of dwelling on these risks, he became motivated to work as much as possible, learn new skills, and take on more responsibilities as his co-workers quit.
Being flexible in the workplace is something that Lawrence works very hard at prior to COVID. And so then when you threw the pandemic in, where the work environment was changing every day, there are things that Lawrence very easily could have used as an excuse to not perform, but it was incredibly important for Lawrence to remain an employee that his employer can be proud of. That's something that Lawrence worked hard at.
First time I met Lawrence, we were talking, and Lawrence looked at me and says, "Well, I think all people need to be given a chance." And it touched my heart deeply. And Lawrence is one of a kind. I'm really honored to be able to nominate him.
Congratulations, Lawrence, on being a champion for people in nursing facilities, and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Our last DD Hall of Fame Award of 2022 is for personal accomplishment, and this year's recipient is Alexander Lovett. Back in September 2012, Alex was in a severe car accident that left him with a traumatic brain injury. He ended up on a ventilator and a feeding tube.
I was in a coma for 7 months. I lost 19 years of memory. When I woke up, my parents had to tell me who they were again.
Alex had to learn to talk, walk, read, spell, write, bathe, dress, and feed himself all over again. He also underwent extensive reconstruction surgery on both of his feet and many years of physical therapy. In 2017, Alex began receiving services from the Montgomery County Board of DD for both day programming and employment. He also joined the MCBDDS Self-Advocacy Group, educating people about disabilities and sharing his experiences of recovery. Today, Alex works 5 days a week for Dayton Children's at their main hospital campus, where he runs a cash register in their cafeteria, a position he has held for 17 months.
DDS helped me. They told me about this job, and I applied, and I got hired. 2 years ago, when I started a cash register job, I didn't think I could do it. Now, I get 200 people a day through my register. And I always bring a good smile to my register, and people can see the smile through my mask. Because you're at a hospital and maybe things aren't going good for you. Maybe a little smile can cheer your day up.
Jackie Wells-Droz, Alex's nominator and employment SSA, says he made great strides in customer service skills through hard work and on-the-job training. Alex's dedication and pride in his work have led the staff at Dayton Children's to recognize him for excellent customer service on multiple occasions. Alex's ability to bounce back with such determination and spirit provides a great example of what a real champion looks like.
The great thing about Alex is always asking, what can I do better? He never has a bad day. He never has a bad day. He's, come on over here. He gets to learn their names. He talks to them. It's not scripted. It's not rote. It's him.
Never give up. Disability is nothing. It's just a word. I make bracelets every year since my accident. This year we chose exceed your limits. So exceed your limits at your job, at life, at anything you do.
Congratulations, Alex, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. This wraps up our Hall of Fame inductions for 2022. It's been a joy to celebrate our champions and their stories with every one of you. We hope you will join us next year when we recognize a new group of outstanding talent.
Hi, I'm Kim Hauk, Director of the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities, and I'm so honored to recognize the winners of the Erin Ritchey Awards and the inductees to the Hall of Fame. It's wonderful to see all the great things happening in Montgomery County and the people who go above and beyond to support the DD community. Leaders like you make all the difference in your community, and I thank you for everything you do.
The 33rd Annual Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards, presented by Ken and Nancy Ritchey.
Hi, I'm Ken Ritchey, former superintendent with the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities Services, also former director for the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities, but most important, Erin's dad.
And I'm Nancy Ritchey, an educator and a longtime advocate for people with disabilities. For 33 years, we have given Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards in memory of our daughter, Erin, who had developmental disability. Like most parents, we celebrated every milestone with her and were eager to see her reach her full potential.
Each year, we look forward to celebrating people with developmental disabilities in the Montgomery County area, along with those who have made significant strides or other accomplishments, while recognizing those champions who work so hard to improve the quality of life of all individuals with developmental disabilities. We want to thank all of our nominators who participated in this year's awards program and salute all of our nominees, all of whom deserve our recognition and respect. It is their talents and their personal and professional dedication to promoting acceptance and inclusion for all people that made such a difference in the lives of the people we serve with developmental disabilities.
We had hoped to join you in Dayton this year for the awards ceremony, but since this year's ceremony is virtual, we'll be joining you from our home in New Jersey. We are happy to celebrate with you and look forward to honoring the people we are here to recognize today.
Our first award is a business award, and this year we recognize Dayton Children's Hospital for its commitment to people with developmental disabilities. Dayton Children's Hospital offers primary, specialty, and emergency health care services for infants, children, and teens. Founded in 1919 as the Barney Community Center, the organization initially offered free health clinics, occupational therapy classes, and a lunch program. Today, Dayton Children's is both an accredited pediatric trauma center and a pediatric cancer center, and offers emergency, acute care, specialty care, newborn intensive care, mental health care, sports medicine, and more. It also has satellite locations in 8 communities outside of Dayton. In 2020, Dayton Children's Services collaborated with the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services to host vaccination clinics for people we served. But this collaboration isn't the only reason they are being recognized. Dayton Children's Hospital also employs 6 people with a wide range of disabilities in their food service operations. These include cashiers, dishwashers, and other capacities. Nominator Jackie Wells Strauss believes Dayton Children's sees people with developmental disabilities as an asset and recognizes that their inclusion is a must for any diversity and inclusive initiative.
They feel like hiring individuals with some sort of disability is a win-win situation for everybody that's involved. Each and every one of them feel like their contributions are valued by Children's. They feel very appreciated by upper management as well as with their co-working peers.
And everybody just treats me with respect.
We have people with wide-ranging disabilities. They don't call in sick. They show up every day. They work to the best of their abilities. They're all here, and they're all making us better people. We're a hard group to break in with, and they've come in and they've won over hearts. They show us a side of ourselves we didn't know we had. If your staff makes a little bit of effort, this team will make a lot of effort in return. It's a wonderful group. We're glad they're here.
Thank you, Dayton Children's, for your commitment to people with developmental disabilities in Montgomery County. We salute you. Our next champion is Nancy Boniface, publisher and editor of Paint the Town, a free monthly entertainment newspaper that serves 8 counties in west central Ohio. Today, she is receiving the Erin Ritchey Community Award. Nancy is a musician who entered publishing through her connections to the entertainment world. She bought the Paint the Town newspaper in 2010 because she wanted to offer people information about local music, activities, and dining options, and do it in a way that would build community for the regional entertainment sector. In the process, she also created an outlet that welcomed the talents and contributions of people with developmental disabilities. Nancy was approached by her cousin, a service and support administrator with the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services, to publish the work of a young woman with autism, Shakana Belson, who wanted an avenue to express herself through writing.
I called Nancy and was like, hey, I have this very talented writer with autism and we're looking for a place where she could be spotlighted. What do you think about putting her in the paper? And Nancy said, heck yeah, why not?
You know, at the beginning, the first couple things that she sent me, I think were like reviews to restaurants that she had gone to. I think people enjoy it because she's so good with words. I think it's what she should be doing.
Nancy immediately recognized Shakana's talent and skills and invited her to submit a column. 8 years later, she is still publishing this young woman's work every month, and it's helped her build an impressive portfolio.
I thought it was important to spotlight what she does, especially for what she's done to empower people with disabilities and spotlight them in her paper. I just thought that it met the spirit of the Erin Ritchey Awards.
Nancy also uses her publication to assist people with developmental disabilities in many other ways. During the summer of 2021, she offered to help a family that was attempting to raise funds for a service dog for their son who is in a wheelchair. Nancy published several articles about their shoe drive fundraiser, and the result was thousands of pairs of shoes donated and delivered to the young man's family, which in turn helped them meet their fundraising goal.
I also feel like we all need to help people, and it's a good way to help people that need help and appreciate the help. You know, I don't know, I think it's a good thing to do.
Thank you, Nancy, for championing the talents and interests of people with developmental disabilities and making a difference in their lives. Our next champion to receive recognition is our 2022 Direct Support Professional Award winner, Belinda Oldham. Belinda's journey working with people with disabilities began when she was laid off from General Motors. Her close friend, Waineba Mebane, asked her to volunteer in an organization to help people with developmental disabilities. As Belinda began to form relationships with families who were in need of caregivers for their loved ones, she was approached to join Goodwill Easter Seals. In 2009, Belinda was asked to become a home manager and served in that capacity for 9 years.
I always wondered what my purpose was. And I used to pray a lot and ask God, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And God allowed me to do what my purpose is, which is working with people with disabilities, giving them the best of me, giving them tools to use to help them to go out into the world and know how to exist outside of their own bubble.
During those years, Belinda became a friend to the individuals and their families, even traveling with them to Las Vegas, San Francisco, and the Great Wolf Lodge. They even shared Thanksgiving dinners with each other's families.
I love what I do. I never envisioned myself doing anything like this. I've been doing this since 2008, and I love it.
Belinda has been employed by I Am Boundless since 2017 and has received awards for her work in Montgomery County from organizations such as the Caregivers for Independence, Alpha Phi Beta, and other organizations. Deborah Randall and Bridget Thornton, Belinda's managers and nominators at Boundless, praise not only her interactions with the people she serves and their families, but also her leadership with her co-workers. They say she is an excellent mentor to her fellow DSPs who are pursuing additional training. They also praised her for being one of the first DSPs to participate in the Montgomery County Board's program that trains high school students to become direct support professionals. The students she mentored went to work in the field of DSP, which is the real success story.
She's definitely an inspiration. She's definitely committed to getting the best out of life, but she's committed to having others do the same. Well, I felt like she's the great nominee to be recognized for all of her contributions.
People with disabilities, they are awesome people. Each one of them have something unique about them that kind of draws you into them. But once I get to work and that first person comes into my room and, "Good morning, Miss Belinda," it just does something to me. They make my day better. And even when those days are not so good, it's still a good day because they make it a good day.
Thank you, Belinda, for your dedication to making the lives of people with developmental disabilities and their families better. And congratulations on your Direct Support Professional of the Year award. Now it's time for our Educator Award. This year we want to recognize 3 educators from Sinclair Community College, all of whom work with the Tartan TOPS program. Dr. Lori Spivey, Manager of Accessibility and Counseling Services, and the Program Director, Tristan Chaput, the Faculty and Program Coordinator, and Dr. Jessica Miner, Chair of the Education Department.
I think the goal of Tartan TOPS is to provide an educational and career pathway for students with intellectual disabilities. We've all been given many gifts in our lives, but we haven't all had the chance to unwrap them. And so I think it's a chance to discover things that you're really good at and how your strengths can lead you to a career that you're passionate about.
I was very excited about bringing this program here because I know that there are limited opportunities for individuals with disabilities outside of the K through 12 realm. We know that there are several programs like ours across the state, but none in this area. So we're the only academic program for individuals with intellectual disability here in the Dayton region.
The Tartan TOPS program came about when Dr. Spivey and her colleagues noticed students with developmental disabilities were coming to Sinclair and then falling through the cracks.
So we knew that they needed extra supports, and we wanted to make sure that we broke down the barriers to students being able to be successful here on the college campus.
Tartan TOPS is a 4-semester program that began in January 2021 and has grown steadily since. Today, the program has 20 students, all of whom take life skills and work skill courses along with general educational electives. They also complete an internship. Students graduate with a certificate and academic credentials that they can then apply toward a job or an associate's degree.
We thought it was very important when we started this Tartan Tops program that students would be earning college credit.
We want them to be able to have choice. It's not just a blanket program that everybody moves through. We do have some life skills classes with wraparound services like tutoring, but then they get to choose their pathways. Do you want to become an early childhood education major? Do you want to work in culinary? You have choice. There's college freedom here, and we really, really want them to be part of the college community. And everybody here wants our students to succeed. We have one student that's currently doing an internship in the Sinclair Police Department, and they adore him, and he's become part of their network, and it's just wonderful. It's opening people's minds to what everyone can do.
We had a student who has been in her internship since May of 2022. And most recently, she was actually just offered a full-time job at her internship site starting in January 2023. So that was a really powerful moment for me, because I think that shows that our employers recognize the talent that folks with intellectual disabilities have. For that student, that's helping her to discover that, yeah, she is valuable. She has so much to offer our community, and she's fully part of the community.
Congratulations, ladies, and thank you for your work in championing educational opportunities for people with disabilities.
The next category, Erin's Awards, is designed to honor the efforts of parents, family members, and guardians of people with DD. This year, we present this award to Jennifer Corcoran. Jennifer was inspired by her youngest son, 22-year-old Matthew, to take on an enormous challenge, the inclusion of adult changing stations in public places.
I've worked very hard his whole life to make sure that he's fully included in his community. This has been the absolute only stopper that has ever been before us, the lack of these tables and the lack of the ability to change him in a safe, hygienic, dignified manner. But about age 14, I thought something has to happen.
When changing him on her van floor became impossible, she faced the difficult choice of staying home from activities or returning home in the middle of an outing due to soil or wetting. Because this happened so often, it curtailed not only her life and his life, making it difficult to participate in activities such as grocery shopping, employment, and social activities. Her first thought was to lobby for a law around adult changing stations, and she worked with students and teachers at the Dayton STEM School to prepare a program, write bill language, and testify before committees about the importance of such resources. Even with the support of Ohio Senator Peggy Lehner and Ohio Representative Rick Perales, the bills never passed either chamber. But in the process, a representative of the International Code Council contacted Senator Lehner, who put them in touch with Jennifer. Jennifer began working with other advocates to detail what the International Building Code needed to include. She also secured expert testimony to complement her efforts and those of fellow advocates, connecting with MCBDDS Superintendent Dr. Pamela Combs and other members of her staff. Their testimony before the Council in April of 2021 led the Council to unanimously adopt this long-needed addition to the International Building Code. When adopted, this addition will require adult changing stations in new construction beginning in 2024, positively impacting the lives of estimated 2 billion people with disabilities worldwide. Yes, I said billion. But states and countries must adopt this position of the code first. The challenge doesn't deter Jennifer, though. She founded and currently serves as co-lead of the group Changing Spaces Ohio, who is working to create a grassroots movement to bring the issue to attention to the general public, key stakeholders and influencers, and elected officials throughout Ohio and across the U.S. She and her Changing Spaces colleagues are also developing an interactive map that shows the locations of these changing tables nationwide, and she is working with the Montgomery County Board of DD to identify locations for adult changing stations throughout the county. Her hope is that these height-adjustable adult changing tables will be installed in buildings ranging from grocery stores and gas stations to entertainment venues and more.
So for us, it means we can go and not have to stress and know that he will be comfortable and he can be changed. Our hope is rest areas, airports. These are very important because if they were present there, we could travel to other states and take vacations. It'll make a big difference.
For someone to take positive action and see success on an international level is truly extraordinary. Thank you, Jennifer, for your advocacy and drive to make things better, not only for your son, but also for millions of others with disabilities worldwide. You are a true champion. Our next champion has served both as a direct support professional and a manager. Her name is Shelley Weller, and both her nominator, Tammy Brooks, and her supervisor, Mary Mark Dahab, Denise Crafton, are full of praise.
Shelley is one of our leaders here. I can't say enough good things about her. She has a great attitude. She's always very, very positive. And so that spreads to our team here. And I think it's just her sensitivity, her sense of humor, her genuine caring. It just can't help but come through.
So whatever they want to do with their life and to be as independent as possible, that is my goal for them to be able to achieve that. The way we do that is asking them what they want in their life and what they want to do with their life, what they want to be, what they want to accomplish.
The individuals feel very comfortable with her. They can go to her and talk to her about any kind of problems, and she helps them to be able to work through those issues. She's just very mindful and respectful to our individuals, and they feel that.
Tammy Brooks, her nominator and former co-worker, agrees.
Shelley is an amazing human being. She led by example. I worked with her for 5 years, and the whole time she was a can do it, let's go do it, did anything that was required to make sure that our clients, our consumers were happy, healthy, safe. If we needed her help, she was always there. Shelley is a person that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your circumstance are. She doesn't see anyone as less than. She always looks at everybody as her equal.
The disability is not who the person is. The person is their own unique individual with their own personalities, their own set of gifts, their own set of talents, whatever it is that is important to them. You know, it's not, well, I'm in a wheelchair. It's no, I like to create my own artwork. I like to make people laugh. I like to help other people.
One of the best things about Shelley, Tammy says, is her fun spirit.
Everybody gave her hats or glasses or things that were crazy and fun to wear because she would wear them and make people laugh. She's like Mary Poppins. She's wonderful. She always has an answer or pulls something out of her bag that makes somebody happy.
When you walk in, it's a good day. It's a good day because you have individuals that will come up and they want to give you a hug, or they want to come see how you're doing or show an outfit that they're wearing. They teach me probably more than I could ever teach them. Going into work every day knowing that you're making a difference in someone's life, it's more rewarding than you could ever imagine.
She just has the biggest heart, the biggest generosity of soul. She's just such an amazing woman. She emulates everything that the Ritchey Award is about.
Thank you for being an inspiration to so many of your colleagues, Shelley, and a champion for people with developmental disabilities. Your work is appreciated by many. Our last champion of 2022 is Mark Schlater of Toward Independence. Mark has been involved with people with disabilities for more than 4 decades. He started out as a direct support professional, worked as a home manager, a qualified intellectual disability professional, and as Chief Operating Officer of Toward Independence. For the last decade, he has served as a Chief Executive Officer of Toward Independence, a provider that operates in 6 counties throughout Ohio. He is the founder of an advocacy group called Bridge to Equality, a board member of Living Arrangements for the Developmentally Disabled, or LAD, and a current member of Art and Soul. Joseph Harmon, Toward Independence's Chief Operations Officer, shared a heartfelt observation in the nomination. The 2 things Mark says most often are, "I believe I was put on this earth to make a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities." The second, "The people closest to the individuals that we serve, for example, DSPs, are the most important people in our agency." These quotes sum up Mark's values, motivation, and what he stands for. Since his first introduction to individuals with disabilities, his heart was captured. He saw individuals leave institutions and literally dropped off to him in front of his home. This was motivated him to continue to advocate and push to improve the lives of people with DD. To Mark, serving in this field is a higher calling and a lifetime legacy.
Maybe like a lot of people, I kind of fell into it. I was in college and applied for an ad to live in a home to serve 8 individuals with developmental disabilities. And I think that was the start of my career, realizing how much I wanted to improve their life and make sure their life was the best it could be.
Joe says that in a field plagued with turnover and burnout at all levels, Mark's dedication and long-term commitment to people with DD and the staff who serve them is not often seen.
Mark is one of the most tireless people I know. He's got an amazing work ethic and just always is trying to make quality of care better. He helps everybody around him, and he's been a really big mentor, not only to me, but to many people in this field.
The combination of advocacy, leadership, mentoring, hands-on caregiving, and passionate support of individuals served, their families, and staff sets Mark apart. His life and career have impacted thousands of people in positive ways.
You know, I stayed in the field because I really feel somebody had to be a voice for people with developmental disabilities. So my passion has always been providing the best possible services and really listening to the individuals, knowing what they want to do and create that opportunity for them.
Congratulations, Mark, on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for championing the interests of people with developmental disabilities for so long. Your colleagues and the individuals you serve are grateful to you. This wraps up the 2022 Erin Ritchey Memorial Awards. We'd like to thank you for tuning in and for helping us celebrate today's champions. We encourage you to think about the people you know who are improving the quality of life for people with developmental disabilities and nominate them for our 2023 awards. Nominations can be made year-round, and it's wonderful to support people who do such a good job. If you'd like more information about nominating a person or organization, please contact the MCBDDS Communications Department at communityrelations@mcbdds.org. That's communityrelations at MCBDDS.org. Thank you again, and we'll hope to see you next year in person.
This program is a production of the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities Services, with support from the Brighter Tomorrow Foundation